In addition to national tax regulation, there are also local advantages and benefits that are specific to Ceuta and Melilla. Here to give us an update on how to make the most of that, specifically your Ceuta-based operations, is Felipe Masa. Felipe, please come to the stage, who is director at EY Seville. We've seen Felipe before. It's always very informative. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, Willem, for inviting me once again to talk about Ceuta and to talk about the work that we are developing from EY to the industry. As a preliminary remark, I want to highlight that from EY we have recently elaborated a report where we analyze the impact, the economic impact of the industry in the city of Ceuta. And I want to provide some facts that I think they are really, really important, and you can see the extraordinary work performed by the government of Ceuta. First fact, the 44% of the operators with license to operate in the Spanish market are already located in Ceuta, and increasing because from EY we are advising some of them in order to relocate the business into Ceuta before the year end. More than the 80% of the operators located in Gibraltar prior to the Brexit are currently located in Ceuta. According to the information provided by the Spanish tax authorities at the end of 2024, more than 1,000 direct jobs are created in the city by the industry. And the last one, more than the 80% of the turnover of the companies domiciled in Ceuta corresponds to operators in the gaming industry. And you wonder what are the reasons that, the reasons why the succeed of Ceuta in this issue. No? As you can see in the cover of my presentation, one of the main reasons is that Ceuta have the best European tax regime. In this case, it is important to know that this set of tax incentives are enforced from the late 50s in Spain, and we have some additional legislation as from the 90s, in 1995 and 1996, with the Statute of Autonomy of the city, and also with the final IFSI legislation that promote the economic business and the economic situation of the city from such a dates. But what is true is that most of the C-level executives of the gaming industry operators ask us about the legal security of the legislation and of the Ceuta regime. And what is true is that when Spain asked for the admission of the European Union in the 80s, the European authorities analyzed and carefully reviewed all the Ceuta tax regime, and they approve it, and therefore we don't have any problems in order to be included within the European Union in the 80s. So at the end of the day, we are talking about a regime that is completely applicable in Spain and also completely applicable in the European Union. As you can see in this slide, we have a 50% reduction of the full tax liability and corporate income tax. I think this is one of the topics that it is really important for the operators and for the industry. At the end of the day, we have a 12.5 final tax rate. It is true that we have to comply with some requirements. I want to highlight 3 requirements in relation to the corporate income tax. The first one is the tax residency of the entity. We must have the effective management of the company in Ceuta. For these purposes, it is very important to see and to analyze what the board of directors of the entity that we are going to incorporate in Ceuta. The best in class scenario is to have all the board members with tax residency in Ceuta, therefore with more than 183 days in the city. But we know that most of the operators are multinational companies, and therefore it is really difficult to have all the board members in the city. In this case, what we highly recommend is to have all the board meetings in Ceuta, and to the non-resident, the board members that are non-resident in the city, they must travel on a quarterly basis, sometimes even more, in order to justify that the management of the company and the key issues of the company are managed from the city. Second, the substance. It is really important because this regime is thought to promote the economic situation of the city, and therefore what we want, or what the legislator want from the very beginning, is that we create more jobs in the city. Therefore, we need to have substance, and we have to have the proper people in the city in order to develop the Spanish market. And the third requirement is to generate revenue, not merely be a cost center within the group. Well, this third requirement is almost complied by all the operators, because at the end of the day we are doing a B2C business, so this is very clear. For individual income tax, we also have a 60% deduction on the combined national and regional tax liability. This is very important in order to attract talent to the city, not only from mainland, but also from other jurisdictions of other European countries and so on. In wealth tax, the reduction is even higher. We have a 75 reduction, also in the temporary solidarity tax on large fortunes, and in the rest of the tax, in the inheritance and gift tax, transfer tax, and all the local taxes, we also have a 50% tax reduction. Finally, we have the gaming tax that, in my view, you know that in Ceuta we only pay the 10% comparing with the 20% of the general tax rate applicable when you are in mainland or in any other jurisdiction. But I think this is the key point of the economic development of the city. We have to rewind to 2018, 2019, where I think we have three important topics that promoted that the Ceuta government work and support some amendments in the legislation. that provoked that well, the industry move to Ceuta. That topics are first of all the Brexit. All the operators located in Gibraltar, due to the Brexit, must move the location for the Spanish market, and most of them, as commented before, were relocated to Ceuta. The closure of the Morocco border by our neighbor, and the COVID-19 pandemic. If we add the boom of the digital economy, that makes sense to attract, or to try to attract, all the industry into the city. But I think this is not only for the operators. We have we have seen how other companies providing services to the gaming industry, and also other tech companies are also evaluating relocating their business into Ceuta. This is a real case where a company provided us with some information about a contract to be developed in mainland, and they asked to provide them with the numbers, with the same numbers, if this project is developed in Ceuta and not in mainland. As you can see, the profitability, the final profitability of the project in mainland is around 10%, but the same project developed in Ceuta jumped to 23% of profitability. So at the end of the day, it is very important to see that in Ceuta we have, first of all, legal security, second, financial profitability, and very important, institutional support by the government. Thank you very much.